So I said I don't like making videos like this, and I kind of don't, but I do want to talk about Amius and this rotation.
Shoot him, kid.
Hello, everybody. Oh, look, all the little tentacle things are gone. It's back to normal. I just noticed that. Okay, cool. Anyways, I'm Roadblock, and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. We're not here to talk about the background changing back to normal, though. We are here to talk about Amius on hard on this rotation. Now, why am I talking about Amius hard and not Amius normal? Because I haven't unlocked normal for this rotation yet. And I don't have it memorized what the rotations are, but I really wanted to showcase a very powerful weapon for you guys when it comes to Amius on this rotation. I'm sure there are other videos talking about this, but I absolutely love this champion specifically in this rotation, and they're an epic champion. Before we get into that, I did want to talk a little bit about Cursed City. As you can see, because I have the chest here, that does mean that I now have Carnage. If we look at my collection, we do have Carnage. I haven't built him. I haven't done anything on him yet. I just got him on the last a week ago. Yeah, for personal rewards CBC. Good. I know he's good. I just haven't taken the time to build a champion right now, which is really what it boils down to. I just need to do it, and I'm just kind of diverting my attention to other avenues. But I wanted to talk about Cursed City because I found myself actually still doing Cursed City. I know why, and for those of you that have earned him, you also will know why, because listen up, I just got a new promo link that you can use to follow along with me on my latest free-to-play adventure and get a free Elenaril as well as 3 more powerful epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Don't miss out on your chance to get Elenaril right after signing up, as well as Fayne, Uugo, and Tagoar as you progress through Raid. Click on my link right now and let's crush this together. Once you complete him, then you get the chest, and the chest has a chance to have the soul in there, plus these other pretty reasonable rewards as well. So yeah, I decided to keep doing it, but this rotation is one of my favorite rotations for Amius because it's super easy. I don't want to get ahead of myself, and I don't want to misspeak or mislead you guys, okay? So my secret weapon, you can see him above me, is Fenax, however you want to pronounce it. I think Fenax just makes more sense to me, but he is my secret weapon for this rotation. Such a secret weapon, in fact, that I don't even use a mythical, which in previous videos I've talked about how good mythicals are when it comes to Amius, because he forces their transformation and you get to use all of their abilities and stuff. But I really like Fenax in this rotation. Now, one of the reasons I like him is because he is +4. He does have the blessing. So he does have the Crushing Rend 6-star blessing, which every hit will ignore a percentage of the target's defense, will ignore 1% defense for every 10 levels, right? And if we look, it's 35 ignore defense, because we've got 350 is the level. So then when you add in the build of the champion, we've got him in a lethal set as well as a cruel set. The stats, we've got him at 171 speed. We don't need him to be particularly fast, and you'll see when you look at the team. By the way, quick disclaimer, let me get this out of the way. This is not a cookie cutter build video, right? Don't think for a second that your account is just going to be able to put these stats onto a Fenax and you're going to have the same results. There are supports involved here. There's a team built around this. I have a strong account. He's +4. He has Crushing Rend, 6-star Ascension, right? Like, he is pretty stacked. Now, these stats are pretty weak, though, for him in particular, but everything is built around him, and you may not be able to build the same team that I have. I'm also using a Void Legendary, so this isn't like a free-to-play team, but I wanted to highlight Fenax, and maybe if you're struggling, you can consider implementing him into your team as the damage dealer and see if you can get better results. Maybe you'll put better gear on him than what I've put on him and get an even better performance. But I did want to showcase him just so people know, because a lot of of people sleep on Fenax, and I really wanted to highlight him, especially for this rotation. So we've got him at 100% crit rate and then 303% crit damage. You can see, like, I'm using, this is not my best gear. I'm using 5-star chest, and it's a blue chest, right? I do have a mythical piece on him that did roll very well, but there's no speed on it, which is why he's kind of slow. But yeah, I'm using like some 5-star gear, not my best gear. Now, when it comes to my accessories, this is a pretty good roll on an accessory, so I'm happy with that, and a pretty good roll on the ring here, but I probably would have preferred to get more attack out of it than just 18%, but I don't even have an enhancement on it. In fact, none of this gear is enhanced because I really don't utilize him for a lot outside of kind of this specific area. So I could get better stats and better performance out of him, but I kind of really don't need it. I do love Fenax. I should use him in more areas, and I probably will go through and off camera maybe go back and upgrade some of this gear to give him better stat lines, but I just wanted to show you guys the stat lines. Masteries, we do have Helm Smasher to continue that ignore defense. So between Crushing Rend, that's 35%. Then we have 25%. Oh God, don't make me do math. So that's 60%. Then we have another 5%. And then with Crushing Rend, 25. So we're getting close to 100%, if not already there. I'm not going to do the math, guys. I embarrass myself enough on this channel that I don't need to do math. Currently, no relic on him. Obviously, a relic would be very good on him. We just don't currently have one on there. I probably have an unused Malefic Talon, so we can go ahead and equip that. Since we're not using it, that'll get us more crit damage. And without any further ado, let's kind of jump into this and kind of showcase what we're doing here. So you'll notice I am using Cardial and I am using Longbeard. They are both ally attack champions. And why is that? Well, Fenax's real damage, real ability actually comes from his A1. This A1 hits very, very hard. And the biggest, most important part about this is that enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived, which means that when he goes into the red form, you can kill him in that form and he won't go back to his base form. He will die and stay dead, which is very, very important, and it's one of the reasons that Fenax is so good here. And so essentially what I'm doing is bringing 2 ally attack champions with the basically sole purpose of just getting more A1s out of him, and then we're bringing Ragash for decreased defense and a little bit of extra damage from Brimstone on a 5-star for him. And Arbiter is my reviver because people are going to die. It's Amius, it happens. But I do love this team. Do I have probably a better team in this roster? It very likely. In fact, I have Amius right there, right? So, but I wanted to showcase this for you. So if you don't have Amius, you probably may not have Cardial. So, you know, obviously that's not going to be a huge bit of help for you guys, but I just wanted to kind of show you this concept, and maybe you can figure out a better or different option when it comes to the champions available to take advantage of Fenax. But I love using him on this rotation, very specifically for that. So let's go ahead and jump in here, and I'm going to give us increased attack. And even without, I want to be clear, I don't have decreased defense up yet. We're going to ally attack here, and let's see what Fenax does. Pretty decent hits. I don't know who destroyed the max HP there, though. Oh, I bet you that's on the Malefic Talon. I didn't even think about that. So that was a pretty reasonable hit. I mean, if you consider that really the only damage dealer here is Fenax. Now we have decreased defense up. Let's see if I can see what he does. Yeah, we're hitting for, you know, I think it was 190k that I saw. So pretty good here. This will be the best test. Boom, boom. Yeah, 147, 158. Like, look at the amount of damage that we've, you know, done. And Amius hasn't even taken a turn yet. So right out the gate, you can kind of see the value of Fenax. And he's really the only damage dealer here. Now, that's a Brimstone proc, so that's extra damage. The main, like I said, main reason Cardial's in here is for the ally attack. I don't even know what the build is on my Longbeard. Probably nothing great, but there's some more Fenax hits, and we'll go ahead, and it's going to take some time. Like, this isn't going to be like a super fast run, because once Amius gets a turn, I'm going to start to be in some trouble. We did get a nice counterattack there. That's pretty handy. This is going faster than my original run went. So once he transforms, though, everyone's going to start dying. But there's a big hit. Now, that was not a double hit because I don't have any debuffs currently on the boss. So this also won't be a double hit. So we get that 239. And we're going to keep going here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, or pause it on my end, and get you guys caught up when we get back around to it. Okay, so the boss just transformed. We got down to this amount, and now this is where things are going to go off the rails a little bit. And this is why you need to bring Arbiter, right? Because people will die, even though we do have revive through Cardial that were off there, as you can see. So now we're vulnerable, and he's got a lot of turn meter coming up. So we are going to lose some people. My Arbiter is built very, very strong, just so you guys know. She's very tanky. Pretty much HP on everything, and now you can see some of the damage going out. So we'll get a revive in. Let's boost everybody up, get some extra protections. Now that was a much weaker hit because we don't have that decreased defense on, or a weaken for that matter. Get some ally attacks in here. Okay, now we get the decreased defense on, and hopefully we can get keep him alive. We did. Here comes an ally attack with extra crit damage as well. Boom, boom, 200k hits. And I think we're going to end up... Nope, we kill him before we even get to the red phase. But I will vouch that you do get that, if you do kill him in the red phase, that he will die. So we did 3 million damage on Fenax. Everybody else is not really, 381 on Cardial. You can't see it, but it's behind my head. 388 on Longbeard. Arbiter 141. Almost a million in Ragash, but that's all mostly brimstone damage. And then you can see the kind of damage that Fenax is doing. And that's all as A1. I never used any of his other abilities. It's just his A1. But the main reason that I love him for that particular fight is the fact that he will block revive. So if you are struggling with Amius on this rotation, I would consider that, right? Maybe you don't have the ally attack to kind of speed it up, but that might be okay. If you have a decreased defense champion in here, if you can build a tanky Arbiter. My Arbiter is still fast, but she is pretty tanky, right? We've got HP on the chest. I've got HP on almost every piece where it matters. So her total stats are 73,000 HP with 390 defense. So she's pretty tanky, and she's getting strengthened and things from Ragash, which is handy. But there are some really viable options here to help keep you alive. You could bring your ultimate Death Knight to keep you alive. That will give some shields to Fenax as well to maybe help him survive. Because theoretically you have Arbiter if you're looking at this. Maybe you even have Deliana, who's free. Deliana's going to be pretty interesting because she is going to bring a little bit of extra healing and going to bring that leech, which is going to be very good for Fenax because he's going to be doing a lot of damage off that leech. Longbeard's a champion, one of my first ever legendaries. You can see he is in Relentless, but this is not a super well thought out build. Only 230 damage. This is just, remnants of a long build that I used a long time ago, and I've never bothered to change it out. Wixwell is an interesting option. I don't remember. I don't think he has a decrease cooldown reduction or anything, so he would be a reasonable option for a big shield and that increased defense. It's not going to help your damage, but it could help keep your Fenax alive. So yeah, there's quite a few different options here. Uugo makes a lot of sense to bring. Seeker makes a lot of sense to bring if you don't have Arbiter for some reason. Likewise, Deacon is a good choice for decreased defense here, but you have to be careful because I think extra turns do extra turns. Is it just cooldown reduction? I can't remember, so check before you bring Deacon. I would hate to see you guys get killed. If you're struggling to stay alive, Vogoth is another very good epic, and obviously Godseeker and Neri would be very good to revive everybody if you get put into that position. So just a few recommendations for you guys. I don't know, I really wanted to make a video on that because I really like Fenax against this rotation on hard in particular. So if you can manage to, if you are in that position and you're struggling on hard, I would take a look at the Arbiter Fenax combo. combo, and, you know, really the ally attacks are just speeding up the process, but as long as your Arbiter can stay alive against Amius, which is not the easiest thing in the world to do, but if she can, you're going to have a pretty decent experience and decent time with a well-built Fenax. And you could build your Fenax better than mine. I mean, really, he is just not really built all that well with only 5,900 attack, right? I could certainly get a much better build. I mean, I could get much better crit damage gauntlets. I could certainly get more attack because I don't even have anything enhanced or enchanted. So, you know, but I got resistance on the chest plate right now, right? I could re-roll that if I really cared that much, but you guys saw, you don't really need to do that. He hits pretty hard as long as you have him +4 and you have a 6-star blessing, right? So hopefully it's a little bit easier to get those 6 stars on your epics. So hopefully you've got one. But yeah, we'll call that a video. I don't want to waste any more time rambling. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope this helps you out. I really do. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Take care.